Okay, so one of my favorite things to do in Koala when I'm using samples and I'm trying to create an atmospheric slash drone slash whatever you want to call it is I'll sample something from the radio, or if I have a sample that I bring in, and I will stretch it beyond the normal, right? So typically you use stretch just to slightly bring something into the tempo that you're using. But what I like to do is use a slow tempo. If you look up here, I'm in Drumbo, a sample from Radio AU through Black Hole, and just captured a small little clip. This is what it sounds like. This is with no stretch, right? But ran through Black Hole, which has kind of got kind of a good atmospheric vibe going to it. So then out of this, I'll stretch it. And instead of stretching it, like in this case, I think this one was about 4 bars normally. I'll stretch it to like double that, like 8. And then you'll get that. Okay, so I'm going to take the stretch off now. And then sometimes I'll reverse it just to see if it sounds really cool. And so in this case, I took 2 of those bars. And that sounds like a cool intro. So that became the intro. Just that little piece. Then I picked the front 2 bars and stretched just that little piece here. This is probably the first 4 bars actually. And I stretched it to 8. And I put the hold and loop on it just so you can see that it can loop. And that's pretty cool. But check this out. Sometimes you'll get that little glitch at the beginning. Doesn't happen often, but you might have to zoom in. It usually will have it on 0 crossing, but if for some reason you still get the pop, just double check it to see. And you might come in and realize that you just need to adjust it there, and that's fine. Sometimes that'll be all you need. So then what I'll do, I'm gonna raise it about 3 dB. So let's just see if it, that's fine. All right, so then what I'll do is make a duplicate copy. So I'm gonna move this one down a little bit, get rid of this. Duplicate copy of this, and I'm gonna reverse it. And so now I'll play both of these. And you get this almost drone, but it's like a pad drone, whatever. And that will be the texture in the background of the song. Then I'll go over that with some type of lead melody or something lightly, like a piano or something softly playing over that sample. So you'll never know what the sample really is because I'm going to stretch it so much that it doesn't even sound like the sample originally. But that's kind of my little tactic because a lot of times I hear songs with samples and they're cool and all for certain styles, but they sound like the song. And I kind of don't want to use a sample that way because I'm not going to ever clear it. So for me, this is kind of my lane into how I like to sample and get that cinematic uh, vibe going. So really cool, really fun ways to use Koala. Um, I'm using it here in Drombo. Of course, you could, let's see, go back. I'm trying to find that first sample. So you could trigger it here in Koala. I mean in Drombo if you wanted to, which you don't have to do anymore because if you, oh, let me stop these. Well, I was trying to stop them. It's almost like it froze or something. Probably did. Turn that off. I believe there's a panic button in here somewhere, but I haven't used Drumbo in a minute, so I can't remember. But anyway, you get the point. That's what I wanted to show you about the stretching. To me, the stretching is really nice when you want to do creative stuff like that. And that's kind of how I work. Let me see if I can bring it back. But anyway, so that's about it. By the way, if you're going to use it in here and record into it, you need to put it as an, here, I'm going to show you. If you decide to use, for whatever reason, use this. You need to use it as an audio unit, a processor, not a generator. If you put it this way, you can record into it. It's kind of like an AUM. Here, I'll show you real quick. In AUM, you would have, if you put Koala up here, then it's more like a generator. It generates the sound. If you put it down here, it becomes more like a processor, an audio unit processor, where you can record into it. So that's what you want. All right. So just wanted to show you that. And that's really it for this video. Just a quick video of how I use Koala sometimes in different ways. All right. I'm out.